whisky lovers! Did you know that over the centuries people have written poems about whisky? What a great subject to write a poem about. And here's one from the 18th century by Robert Burns, the national bard, the Bard of Ayrshire, the ploughman poet. Considered to be Scotland's national poet, and in 1785 he wrote Scotch drink. Let other poets raise a fracas about vines and wines and drunken buckus, and crabbit names and stories rack us, and great our lug, I sing the juice Scotch beer can make us in glass or jug. O thou, my muse, guide old Scotch drink, whether o' wimpling worms thou jink, or richly brown ream over the brink, in glorious fame inspire me till I lisp and wink to sing thy name. Let husky week and the halls adorn, and ot set up their orny horn, and peas and beans, ant and morn, perfume the plain, leaves me on thee, John Barleycorn, thou king of grain. O thee are Scotland, Charles Hood, in souple scones the whale of food, or tumbling in the broiling flood, a king and beef, but when thy pores thy strong man's blood, thou there shines chief. Food fills the wame and keeps us living, thou life's a gift not worth receiving, when heavy dragged in pine and grieving, but oiled by thee the whales of life go downhill, scriving we rattling glee. Thou clears the head, O daughtered Lear, thou cheers the heart, O drooping care. Thou strings the nerves, O labour sere, at weary's toil, and even though brightens dark despair with a gloomy smile. Half clad in messy siller weed, gentles thou wrecks thy head, yet tumbly kind in time of need, the poor man's wine, his weak drop hatchet, or his bread thou kitchens fine. Thou art the life of public haunts, by thee what are our fairs and haunts, even godly meetings of the saints, by thee inspired, when gaping they besiege the tents, and doubly fired. That merry night we get the corn in, oh sweetly then thou reams the horn in, or reeking a new year morning in cog or bicker, and just a wee drap spiritual burning in, and gusty sucker. When Vulcan gives his bellows breath, and the ploughmen gather with their grath, oh rare to see the fizz and freff, lug it cop, and then brewing comes in like death at every chap. Nay mercy then for air or steel, the brawny bainy ploughman cheel, brings our hard ownership with sturdy wheel, the strong forehammer till block and sturdy rig and reel, when din some clamour. When skirling we may see the light, they'll make us the gossips chatter bright, how fondly cuffs their dairy slight, what worth the name, now Haldie gets a social night, or plack for them. When neighbours anger at a plea, and just word as word can be, how easy can the barley bree cement the quarrel to it's aye the cheapest lawyer's fee to taste the barrel. Alake, that's ever my muse has reason to wit her countrymen with treason, but monthly daily wet their wheezin with liquors nice, and hardly in a winter's season ever spice a her price. Way worth that branding burning trash, fell sauce of money and plain and brash, twins money a poor Dalton drunken hash on half his days, and sends besides all Scotland's cash to her worst fares. I, Scott, why wish old Scotland well, your chiefs to you my tale I tell, for packless devils like myself, it sets you ill, will bitter deathly wines to mel, or foreign gill. May gravels around his blether wrench, and gauntlets torment him inch by inch, what twist his gauntlet and glench by sour disdain, out over a glass of whisky punch with honest men. O whisky, O souls of plays and pranks, accept a bardy's grateful thanks. When wanting thee, what tuneless cranks are my poor verses, thus come the rattle in their ranks at either's ass. Thee, Finatosh, O sadly lost, Scotland lament for a coast to coast. Now colic grips and bark and host may kill us for loyal Forbes' chartered boast. They cursed horses, leeches of the excise, what make the whisky steals their prize. Haul them up by their dine, dance twice and thrice, here seize the binkers, and bake them up in broomstone pies for them damn drinkers. Fortune, if thou but give me still, hell break thus a scone in whisky gill, and Rolf and rhyme to rave at will, take the rest, and deal about as blinding skill directs thee best. Wonderful words. So, until next week, Sante.